McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, Mo Salah, Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz. On the bench is Adrian, Curtis Jones, Cody Gakpo, Harvey Elliott, Kostas Tsimikas, Andy Robertson, Bobby Clark, Jayden Daniels and Jarell Quansah. For Sheffield United, the last time they faced Liverpool was in the reverse fixture in December. It was Chris Wilder's first game back in charge of Sheffield United, and he said against the Liverpool side it is going to be very difficult to break them down. They currently sit 10 points adrift of safety, and a win may very well resurge their Premier League survival hopes. They start with Ivo Gerbic in goal, Mason Holgate, Anel Ahmedhodzic, Austin Trusty, Jayden Bogle, Vinicius Souza, Oliver Arblaster, Gustavo Hamer, Jack Robinson, James McAtee and
on a great challenge. Coach is changing things around. What influence can he have on the pitch?
And regardless of the result there, it will not affect the league standings between these two sides, as Liverpool sits comfortably in second in the Premier League, level on points with Manchester City, just 1 point behind Arsenal. A draw against Sheffield United today will not be good enough for them, as they sit with an 8-goal deficit against Arsenal. Looking at the bottom side of the league table, Sheffield United
He's to steal the ball. That's good link up. He dribbles the ball forward. Does he save? Is he going to do it? That's a bit cynical. It's a free kick to coming on.
50.
Looks like the manager changes it.
So as the two sides make their way out onto the field at Anfield, we look at the formations the two sides are expected to go with. And it's 4-3-3 for Jurgen Klopp's side. Luis Diaz and Mo Salah operating either side of Darwin Núñez. Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai sitting as the three midfielders. Gomez will start at left back as he did at the weekend. Conor Bradley will continue at right back. And Ibrahima Konate, who comes in for Jarell Quansah, starts at centre half alongside captain for Liverpool today, Virgil van Dijk, and Kelleher remains in goal as Alisson remains out injured. Three centre-halves continues to be the option for Chris Wilder as he goes with Mason Holgate, Ahmedhodzic and Austin Trusty as the three centre-halves. Jayden Bogle and Jack Robinson this time will operate as the wing-backs, with Vinicius Souza, Arblaster and Gustavo Hamer the three midfielders. And then James McAtee and Brereton Diaz will play as the two strikers. Two strikers on the bench for Sheffield United, if it's required, is Ollie McBurney and William Asula. Usually see Ryan Brewster and Cameron Archer featuring in some capacity for Sheffield United, but not today. As Chris Wilder said, his side and a lot of experienced players from his Blade side have been missing these last couple of weeks, and that's the difference between them and the sides that are currently battling into the final stages of a relegation battle. What a statement win it could be for Sheffield United if they get over the line, but they've got a lot of records to set straight this evening, as it's Sheffield United making the trip to Anfield to take on Liverpool. Stuart Atwell is the referee for today's game, and Chris Kavanagh is in charge of VAR, and they'll be hoping the strike force and the energy that is provided from McAtee and from Brereton Diaz, who's scored 4 goals in his last 5 games for Sheffield United since joining on loan in January. They'll be hoping that energy could really cause Liverpool's defence some trouble. But Jurgen Klopp has set his side out over the course of this season. It's been phenomenal form, especially defensively. It's the running towards the latter stages of the Premier League, and the title race is really heating up. A defeat or even a draw for Liverpool here will open the door for both Arsenal and for Manchester City, and with probably the toughest set of fixtures remaining before the end of the season going to Liverpool, they'll really need to be capitalising on an out-of-form Sheffield United side who have won just one away game in the league this season, coming back in February. It was a 3-1 win against Luton Town. Stuart Atwell on his whistle will get things underway for us. It's potentially the toughest 90 minutes of Sheffield United's season is about to get underway, with McAtee playing in all yellow, kicking things off from left to right. In all red, therefore right to left is Liverpool. And McAtee plays this ball short to get things underway for us. It's played quickly onto the left-hand side for Robinson, inside Liverpool's half. Down the line he tries to make the pass, but it's knocked out of play by Bradley, and it's going to be a throw-in inside Liverpool's half for Sheffield United as Robinson comes across to take this. He's been known for the long throws into the box throughout the course of the season. It looks like it's going to be another option for him. Another decision now. Looking for options that are in the box. Moving in towards the penalty spot. A sea of Liverpool players. Goes in towards the penalty spot. Flicked on towards the back post. Chance for McAtee, and it's pushed wide by Kelleher. The flag stays down. It's a corner for Sheffield United within the first minute of the game. Long throw into the box has caused many issues for defences throughout the course of this season. It's an excellent header from Ahmedhodzic to find McAtee at the back post. He's made that late run away from Szoboszlai and from Joe Gomez, who just left his man, and Kelleher poked it around the corner for around about 4 yards out. It's going to be the first corner to Sheffield United, taken on the right hand side. It's a left-footed in-swinger on its way from McAtee. Ahmedhodzic makes his way forward, as does Mason Holgate. There's options in the box. Goes in towards the near post, headed towards the back post, and it's just missed. Making a late run into the box was Brereton Diaz. Couldn't quite get a touch onto it, and it's going to be a Liverpool goal kick. Sheffield United with a great early start. It's flicked on towards the back post, this time from Trusty, and Diaz just couldn't get there. He got there ahead of Conor Bradley, but couldn't quite catch the ball and direct it goalwards. It's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool, and Kelleher gets things underway by playing the ball out short to Szoboszlai. Onto the right hand side now for Bradley. Takes it up towards the halfway line. Forced to turn back and goes back to Konate inside his own half. Sheffield United playing a high line at the moment as Van Dijk gets the ball on the left hand side. Takes it towards the halfway line and back onto the right hand side now for Bradley. Inside Sheffield United's half. Szoboszlai makes a short option for him. Quick 1-2 with McAllister. Has been dispossessed by Hamer. Hamer lays the ball off to Brereton Diaz, who keeps possession onto the left hand side. Flicks the ball back through to Hamer just outside the area. Hamer gets possession for Sheffield United. Options in the middle. His cross has been blocked and it's fallen back to Szoboszlai, who gives it to Konate, and eventually Liverpool will be able to clear their lines. And it's gone down the right hand side, chased down by Mo Salah. A chance on the break now for Liverpool. He's up against Robinson. Now Trusty brings it onto his left foot just outside the area, plays it through to Gravenberch, closed down by Robinson, who puts that out of play. They're wanting a goal kick, and a goal kick is going to be the referee's decision. But a chance for Liverpool almost on the break with Mo Salah. Sheffield United have to be careful throughout the course of his career. He's been known for bringing the ball into his left foot and onto the edge of the area. He's got plenty of goals throughout his Liverpool career, especially. The chance nearly came for them just then. Chance for either side in the opening 3 minutes. Proves to be a promising game, but Sheffield United aren't bowing out from showing Liverpool too much respect, taking the game to them in the early stages. So that Brighton scored a goal within the opening minutes at the weekend against Liverpool. That goal kick's been taken, headed away now by Trusty again in the direction of Brereton Diaz, as now there's two players in the middle of the field go down. Gravenberch's one of them, the other one is Vinicius Sousa's. Stuart Atwell calls a stop to play and brings on the physio for both of these players. And we will have a break in play, but a great start from Sheffield United, defensively standing firm with Trusty, and then Jack Robinson. Excellent tackle from him to knock the ball onto the foot of Gravenberch and put it out of play for a goal kick. Right now Gravenberch is on the floor as we just see the replay, and it was a clash of heads between him and Sousa. It was nothing too malicious, no need for a free kick or a booking to be given, but Vinicius Sousa is laid on his back at the moment as Gravenberch is at least sat up at the minute, both inside Sheffield United's half, as we have a minute break here. It's Chris Wilder's first game back in charge of Sheffield United the last time these two sides met, which finished in a 2-0 victory for Liverpool. And they've conceded just one goal, have Liverpool, in the last 6 meetings between the two sides. And they've won all 6 of those fixtures as Gravenberch is back to his feet. He's just been shown by Stuart Atwell to leave the field. And Vinicius Sousa is walking away unassisted as well. Both players expected to rejoin as Stuart Atwell will wave them back on. But first of all, he'll drop the ball to Ibrahima Konate just outside Liverpool's area. And Brereton Diaz is in that area as well, ready for a quick, perhaps lunge as Konate gets the ball as it's dropped to him, and he plays it to Virgil van Dijk and gets the ball back onto the right hand side, taking it up towards the halfway line. Brereton Diaz makes his way across with Hamer now as he finds Mo Salah in some space. He's eventually closed down by Trusty. Goes back this time to McAllister. Now onto the left hand side for Luis Diaz. See his first involvement in the game as he dribbles the ball down past Holgate, takes it towards the byline, brings it back inside for Nunez. He's surrounded by multiple Sheffield United players. Holgate gets the ball back, goes down under the challenge, wants a free kick, nothing given. Joe Gomez picks up the scraps, puts the ball into the box, it's punched away towards the back post, still falls to Salah, sends it goalwards, punched over by Gerbic this time, and it's going to be a corner for Liverpool. Sheffield United just stopped as Mason Holgate went down to the floor on the right hand side, hoping for a free kick. It was waved away and Holgate was told to get back to his feet, and the cross came in from Diaz. It was flapped up by Gerbic. He put the ball into the path of Mo Salah, who put it onto his left foot, aiming towards the top corner, and it's wonderfully pushed over by the Sheffield United goalkeeper, and Liverpool have their first corner of the afternoon. And now Virgil van Dijk starts to make his way into the area as well, as Szoboszlai stands over on the left hand side and prepares for an in-swinging corner. That will just puts a stop to things, as there's some battling going on between Virgil van Dijk and Mason Holgate in the box. Quick 1-2 played now to McAllister. McAllister gets it back onto the edge of the area. Szoboszlai still alongside him, lays this off to Joe Gomez. Gomez's cross goes into the box, headed by Nunez, just wide, and it's going to be a jumped a bit too early and he headed that on his way back down and just got too much on it and couldn't direct it on target. Gerbic will get things back underway for Sheffield United. Do not want to give too many of those chances to Liverpool. Crosses going into the box and the lone striker finding himself in a lot of space as Bradley gets the ball from the resulting goal kick. Gives it to Van Dijk outside the area. Now onto the right hand side for McAllister. Goes back to Konate. Now back across to Van Dijk. If Brereton Diaz and McAtee have swapped sides, Brereton Diaz makes his way onto the right hand side to close down Joe Gomez. He gets the ball back from Luis Diaz as a quick 1-2 this time, and goes back to Virgil van Dijk inside his own half. Gives it to Bradley at the halfway line. Sheffield United now just sitting off, allowing Liverpool to hold on to possession inside their own half as Konate gives it to McAllister. McAllister's pass intercepted by Robinson. Now he dribbles the ball past Szoboszlai onto the left hand side. He finds Trusty. Trusty has to dribble the ball past Szoboszlai and goes down under the challenge this time and wins a free kick just inside Liverpool's half. He beat Conor Bradley as he brought the ball back inside, and then goes down under the challenge from the Liverpool midfielder and wins the free kick on the second attempt. If you are late joining us here at Anfield, it is Liverpool 0, Sheffield United 0, just reaching the 8-minute mark. And Sheffield United now with a free kick just inside Liverpool's half. Anfield has become a very difficult place for sides to visit, especially newly promoted sides. Liverpool lost just once in the last 39 fixtures in fact, against sides that have just been promoted into the Premier League. Free kick goes all the way through to Kelleher. He rolls this out quickly to Joe Gomez, takes it up to the halfway line, gives the ball to Luis Diaz by the touchline in front of the dugouts. He's forced more central by Holgate and has to go all the way back to Van Dijk. Allows Sheffield United to regroup as Van Dijk gets the ball at the centre circle. Now back over to Joe Gomez at the halfway line, switches this across to Konate, and Sheffield United moving in formation, plays the ball to Bradley, forced back again towards his own halfway line as Trusty moves back into position. Van Dijk now inside the centre circle, inside Sheffield United's half, gives it to Gomez. Gomez has passed this time to Nunez. In goes the interception this time from Ahmed Odic. His ball down the line is going to be chased down by Brereton Diaz. It forces Virgil van Dijk to take a touch, and then he eventually goes back to his goalkeeper, and Kelleher gets it inside the 6-yard box in space. McAllister comes short for him. Liverpool still trying to show some urgency, get the ball quickly back into Sheffield United's half. Szoboszlai does that now with his pass to Mo Salah. Finds the overlapping run from Bradley. He's closed down by Jack Robinson. He's still got not many options close to him, but options in the middle. Goes towards Darwin Nunez. It's been cleared this time by Hamer, only as far as Trusty on the left hand side. Clears it towards the halfway line, and it's a throw in now for Liverpool on the right hand side. Szoboszlai trying to be an option for Bradley, who goes across to take this quickly. Goes back this time to Szoboszlai, who gives it to Konate at the halfway line. Now across to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk and Joe Gomez alongside each other. Van Dijk tries to switch across to Mo Salah. Excellent first touch from him, but Trusty's quick to it. Gets possession back for Sheffield United. His clearance only goes as far as Szoboszlai. First touch is a bit too heavy, but he manages to get there. Gives it this time to Konate, who's closed down by Hamer and forced to go all the way back to Kelleher, who's quite far out of his area at the time, but he's in space, so gets the ball and gives it to Van Dijk. Now to Konate again at the halfway line. Finds Bradley. Bradley's pass this time to Salah, gets the ball back quickly from him. And Hamer continues his press. Goes now towards Van Dijk, still at the centre circle, over to Joe Gomez. Gomez by the touchline manages to find Luis Diaz. He's got the overlapping run from Gravenberch. It forces at least one Sheffield United player across with him, but Mason Holgate doesn't leave his player, and again it's forced Liverpool back towards the halfway line. This time they've managed to find Bradley in space. Bradley's ball across the face of goal, cleared this time by Holgate from the 6-yard box, and it's a throw into Liverpool beside the corner flag on the right hand side. Trying to get those crosses into the box. Bradley at the moment with the overlaps on Salah, and it almost got into the path of Darwin Núñez, who was a bit too slow to get there, and Holgate clears his lines well. Going taken this time to McAllister. Now to Konate, back to Salah on the touchline. Gravenberch's making an overlapping run. Salah brings it inside onto his left foot, gives it to Szoboszlai, this time to Bradley. And again now to Gravenberch, pass inside, intercepted by Trusty, gives it to Robinson, a very dangerous position, and now it's fallen to Gravenberch inside the area, again challenge from Trusty, falls to Luis Diaz on the edge of the area, effort's been blocked, now with Szoboszlai, onto the right hand side for Bradley, crosses too heavy, and it clears past Darwin Núñez, and now Sheffield United will have a moment to regroup, as they've got to throw in themselves on the right hand side. Across to take it is Mason Holgate. This 3 centre-half setup that Chris Wilder's gone for is turning into more of a 4 centre-half, 4 flat-back 4, should I say. When Liverpool are in possession and attacking, it's forcing Trusty onto the left-hand side, Robinson and Ahmedhodzic working as the 2 centre-halves, and then Holgate on the right-hand side. It allows Bogle to push forward and maybe be a bit more of an outlet for Sheffield United's defence, as Holgate throws this short to Sousa, gets the ball back quickly, now to Hamer. On the edge of the area it goes to Ahmedhodzic, who's forced to go back to his goalkeeper, closed down by Salah. Clearance only goes as far as McAllister at the halfway line. He heads it down to Bradley. Possession quickly back into Liverpool's hands, and he goes back to Kelleher. And Liverpool again prepare themselves for an offence against Sheffield United. Van Dijk up towards the halfway line. At the centre circle goes across to Konate. Again, Sheffield United standing in formation and moving across as one from left to right as Liverpool try switching the ball across. Back to Van Dijk this time. Has space to move into, but has to go to Luis Diaz, and now Van Dijk's out of position as he pushes forward. It goes across now to Konate again at the centre circle. Liverpool can't find too much space pushing forward, and when they do, they're trying to get these crosses into the box as Gomez goes down under a challenge from Vinicius Sousa, around halfway between the halfway line and the goalkeeper's area. Joe Gomez just dribbles the ball past him, and he got space he was moving into, and it's just a late challenge from Sousa. Both stayed on their feet, but the referee gives a free kick. No advantage in Liverpool's favour. So they'll have a free kick in a rather dangerous position as Van Dijk and Konate make their way up from the back again, as Mo Salah lurks at the back post. Szoboszlai stood over this free kick. McAllister is the other one that stood over it, as the referee just counting out the yards at the moment for the 2-man wall that Sheffield United have opted to go for. Everybody back for them at the moment. Brereton Diaz helping out with his defensive duties as Liverpool push everybody forward. Cross comes in from Szoboszlai towards the back post. Hesitation from the Sheffield United goalkeeper as it's headed clear to Salah on the edge of the area. Sends it goalwards, and it's just over. And it's going to be a goal kick again to Sheffield United. But again, Sheffield United standing firm defensively, forcing the ball to the edge of the area and forcing Liverpool to having to take shots from distance. Been in good goal scoring form of Sheffield United, but also been quite leaky at the back, conceding late goals to both Bournemouth, who they drew 2-2 with despite having a 2-0 lead, and Fulham, who they had a 3-1 lead against and conceded 2 late goals just after they had a 4th ruled out at the weekend. Ahmedhodzic heads this away this time, and it's only as far as Arblas, who sends it down the line. Been intercepted now though, and it's with Darwin Núñez inside Liverpool's half. He finds Mo Salah on the right hand side. Salah's through ball back to Núñez, nearly shepherded out, but Núñez sends it across the face of goal. Holgate's there first, nearly falls to Luis Diaz, and that would have been a 1-0 lead for Liverpool. Excellent defensive work from Holgate. Pass inside this time to McAllister. Back to Gomez. Liverpool still in the ascendancy at the moment as Szoboszlai gets the ball. Finds space this time for Konate joining the attack. Konate finds Salah on the right hand side. Bradley making the overlapping run as Salah puts it onto his left foot. Cross goes in this time towards Gravenberch. Headed away by Holgate, and it's another Liverpool corner. Back on the right hand side this time. Holgate getting himself into plenty of challenges at the moment. Liverpool for a moment were hoping for a penalty as Gravenberch went to ground. There was nothing in it between him and Holgate. I think Núñez might have been the better option there for Mo Salah. He'd found himself space away from Jack Robinson, as he's done so much in the 15 minutes we've already seen of this game. And it's going to be an outswinging corner on its way into the box as Van Dijk in the box. Quick 1-2 played now to McAllister. McAllister gets it back onto the edge of the area. Szoboszlai still alongside him. Lays this off to Joe Gomez. Gomez's cross goes into the box. Headed by Núñez, just wide. And it's going to be a side. Liverpool want to throw in. I'm not quite sure the whole ball left the field, but the linesman's flagged for a throw in inside Sheffield United's half. And the Manchester City loanee will make his way back into an attacking position as Gomez throws the ball down this time for McAllister. McAllister inside his own half at the centre circle. Go back to Joe Gomez. Now to Gravenberch on the left hand side. Just in front of Chris Wilder, he gets the ball. Back to Gomez. And across again this time to McAllister. McAllister finds Conor Bradley by the touchline on the right hand side. McAtee's closing him down. He goes back to Konate. Across now to Van Dijk. Van Dijk gives the ball to Diaz. Diaz brings it inside and goes back centre again for Konate. Konate's chip ball forward, goes all the way through. And it's brought down by the thigh of Gerbic, and he just waits for Darwin Núñez to put some pressure on him before he decides to pick the ball up. Just waste a bit more time, allow Sheffield United to regroup. Just going back to that chance just a moment ago as Núñez was trying to be watched out of play by Jack Robinson, but Núñez managed to get the better of him. This clearance has been made though by Gerbic. It's been brought down by Arblaster. Gives the ball back to Trusty. Now to Robinson. Robinson under pressure goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Just inside his area at the moment. Núñez closing him down. It's been blocked by Núñez. And it's going to be a lead for Liverpool. It's disaster for Sheffield United. As the ball's played back from Jack Robinson to Gerbic. He waited for the pressure from Darwin Núñez. And as his clearance took the bounce off the Liverpool striker, it fell into the empty goal. And Liverpool, who have been in the ascendancy, Sheffield United's hard work defensively undone by themselves. Liverpool have a lead 17 minutes in. And Chris Wilder is absolutely furious, but not as furious as the Sheffield United goalkeeper. They've conceded 77 goals prior to this game. And a lot of those have come through defensive errors and not been able to clear their lines. And this one, just on the edge of the area, Gerbic's clearance. He just couldn't quite get back to it as it bounced off of the knee of Darwin Núñez. He was very close to getting one from Gerbic's clearance just a moment ago. And from Sheffield United's defensive solidarity, they've now fallen to a goal behind against the league leaders. And they'll get things back underway for us with the same urgency that they started the game with. And the ball down the right hand side. Van Dijk heads this out of play, but he calls for the high boot from Arblaster and gets a free kick from it. I think the linesman waited until there were calls from Van Dijk for the flag to go up, but regardless, the free kick's being given, and there weren't too much protest from the from the Sheffield United midfielder as the free kick's taken by Van Dijk. Gets the ball back from Konate, gives it to Luis Diaz this time. Liverpool plan to regroup and go again against the Sheffield United side that really have struggled this season. They've only got 3 points from losing situations after conceding first this season. On 21 occasions they've done it. They've only gained 3 points out of it. And they've got to do it against one of the toughest sides in the Premier League this season, as it switched onto the right hand side for Bradley. Bradley goes back to Konate at the halfway line. Now across to Joe Gomez. Got space to run into. He's eventually closed down by Vinicius Souza. Goes across to Luis Diaz now. He's closed down by Holgate. Brings it onto his right foot onto the edge of the area. Lines this up for McAllister, who lines up a shot for Szoboszlai, whose effort sails over, and a goal kick's going to be given to Sheffield United. We'll have all the hard work to do again. They'll have to get themselves going again. Gerbic's going to be the one that takes the goal kick. No Sheffield United players close to him, as it's going to be a long ball down the left hand side. Konate allows it all the way through, goes to Bradley. Bradley's clearance this time goes to Ahmedhodzic, who heads it away to Robinson. He clears his line from Mo Salah, chested down by Van Dijk to McAllister, now onto the right hand side for Bradley, inside his own half, gives this to Konate. Now with Soboslai, switches the ball onto the left hand side. Luis Diaz has had to go back to get the ball, but he's managed to keep it in play and goes short to Joe Gomez. Now 11 players behind the ball for Sheffield United at the moment as it's given to Luis Diaz. Goes back to Van Dijk at the halfway line again. Now to Joe Gomez. Passes this across to Gravenberch. Just in front of the Sheffield United substitutes warming up as Gravenberch gets the ball. Passes the ball now to Gomez. Back to the centre circle for Konate. Finds Bradley in space. He's got some space to move into. Mo Salah's been closed down quickly, but he's opted to give him the ball anyway. Goes back to Konate again at the halfway line. Now to Bradley and McAllister. Back to Bradley again, looking for the option down the right hand side, but there isn't one. Forced to go back to Gomez. Now Van Dijk. Now Luis Diaz on the edge of the area. Diaz with space to move into. Passes the ball into Darwin Núñez, who beats his man and takes it into the area. Still with Darwin Núñez. Weak effort, goes straight into the hands of Gerbic though, inside the 6-yard box. And he managed to beat 3 Sheffield United players and somehow keep the ball in possession at his feet after dribbling it past Robinson and Ahmedhodzic. Eventually it fell back to him. And Holgate was also there to close him down. Gerbic's clearance goes back towards Brereton Diaz. Now with Trusty. To Hamer. Hamer's pass now, this time to Arblaster. In goes the challenge of Bradley, wins it back, gets the ball back from Gravenberch again. But the challenge is won by Vinicius Souza. His through ball was looking for Brereton Diaz, but it's cut out by Konate, and Liverpool back in possession again with Bradley on the right hand side. Now with McAllister inside the centre circle. Onto the left hand side for Virgil van Dijk. Across to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz's ball back to the centre now for McAllister. Switches this onto the right hand side. Bradley's got plenty of space as Mo Salah's moved central. He's got Gravenberch as an option. Uses Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch brings it back inside now. And finds Darwin Núñez. Quick 1-2 with him. Falls to Luis Diaz just on the edge of the area, but the challenge is back in this time from Arblaster. And it's fallen to Joe Gomez, who's dragged that ball wide. Salah's wanting a corner. It's not been given. And he can't direct his effort goalwards, and it's going to be a Sheffield United goal kick again. But Liverpool don't seem to have reached second gear at the moment. I don't think they really need to. Sheffield United gifting possession too cheaply in midfield. It's going to be a goal kick again to be taken. 22 minutes gone at Anfield. It's Liverpool 1, Sheffield United 0, courtesy of that goal from Darwin Núñez. It's probably one of the easiest goals he's going to get. It's one that he knew practically nothing about. Well, goal kick's been taken, and Brereton Diaz was holding the ball up. He was hoping for a free kick as he's been pulled to the floor, but nothing's been given as Liverpool break now with Luis Diaz. Gives the ball to Mo Salah, gets the ball back from him. He's in space and got space to line up an effort on the edge of the area. Brings it in onto his right foot, gives it to Gravenberch, who tries to lay the ball off for Salah, but again Sheffield United back in numbers, and Holgate's clearance looks for McAtee, but it's out of play for a throw-in at the moment for Konate to come across to take, as Gravenberch is now back to his feet, quite slowly though. Konate throws the ball to Kelleher. Now to Van Dijk, across to Gomez. Back to Van Dijk again. Quick pass to McAllister, close to Brereton Diaz. He has to go across to Konate now. Just outside the centre circle, inside Liverpool's half. Van Dijk gets the ball, gives it across to Gomez at the halfway line. Chip ball forward from Gomez. Into space goes Gravenberch. His first touch is too heavy, and Robinson this time will watch the ball out of play and win a goal kick for his side. And he hopes to get things back underway very quickly, but there's not the same urgency from his Sheffield United teammates. Chris Wilder and his assistant manager Alan Nill on the sideline just discuss the options. A change of approach that Sheffield United could very much go for is to make it just over halfway through the first half here at Anfield. But we'll get things back underway for us. It's not the first time that Núñez got close to a clearance. Gerbic's original clearance in the build-up to the goal actually almost clipped Darwin Núñez, but as Robinson played the ball back to his goalkeeper, Núñez is actually towards the halfway line when his goalkeeper gets the ball. And after closing him down, Gerbic for some reason has waited for Darwin Núñez to close him down before making the clearance, and it's proved very costly. But it's a goal that currently takes Liverpool back to the top of the Premier League. And it leaves Sheffield United back in the glum areas, as there is breaking play at the moment, and all Liverpool players are brought together as the ball remains in the hands of Gerbic. We will just have this break in play. The players rejoin the field after a moment's refresher of drinks, as the rain continues to pour down here in Merseyside. Gerbic will get things back underway with a goal kick for us. On the referee's whistle, as Sheffield United players are just regaining their positions. Nobody in the area for a short pass, and the closest he's actually got is back four, just inside the half, who immediately start moving back to defend as soon as the goal kick's been taken. But now it's with Hamer in the middle of the park. His pass is cut out by Joe Gomez. It's a very compact middle. Sheffield United really need to utilise the width that they've got with Bogle on the right hand side and Trusty on the left if they're going to be able to create anything. And there's a chance now with McAtee. Through ball for Brereton Diaz. He's going to be closed down by Ibrahima Konate. Konate gets there to get to the ball, but Brereton Diaz wins it back. He's gone down under the challenge of Konate, and almost beside the corner flag, Sheffield United get themselves a free kick and a chance for them to maybe cause Liverpool's defence some problems. Konate's first touch, and then he tried dribbling the ball away from Brereton Diaz, who just got himself between the Liverpool defender and the ball. As Gomez came back to help, Konate brought the Sheffield United striker down to the floor. McAtee, Brereton Diaz's strike partner for the evening, stands over the ball and he's going to put the left-footed cross into the box as Liverpool bring players back for this, and Ahmed Oric and Jack Robinson both make their way into the box as options. Mo Salah stood as the one-man wall. It's at quite an angle for Sheffield United, not quite shooting angle for McAtee. So he's put it in towards the back post. Out comes Kelleher to claim it confidently among the sea of Liverpool players, and he's played this out quickly now to Bradley. He's got the overlapping run of Núñez. He's also got Diaz making a run, but instead he opts to just slow things down and goes back inside to Van Dijk as Liverpool regain formation, as to Sheffield United. Van Dijk inside the centre circle, gives this to McAllister. Now across to Bradley. Now for Núñez. Back to Bradley. McAllister again. Now with Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk's got space as it's opening up for him. Gives the ball to Gomez on the left hand side. Back to Van Dijk again. Gomez faked a potential cross. Caught a couple of Sheffield United players off guard as it's gone back central. Now to McAllister and across to Bradley. He's under pressure and forced to go all the way back. Hamer was the one forcing him. He's gone back to Kelleher. Now onto the left hand side for Van Dijk, who's quite wide on the left hand side for a centre half, but he's given it to Luis Diaz, who's up against Mason Holgate. Manages to make a good 5 yards before passing the ball back central again now to Soboslai. Across to McAllister. As Liverpool are camped inside Sheffield United's half at the moment, he gives it across to Gravenberg. Back to McAllister again, now to Luis Diaz. On the edge of the area. Diaz back to Gravenberg. Sheffield United weren't quite alert to that as Bradley goes down under the challenge from Trusty, and a throw-in's been given to Sheffield United beside their own corner flag. Pass to Bradley, and it was just a battle of strength between him and the Sheffield United fullback, and Trusty came out on top and wins the throw-in for his side. A bit of work to do looking down the line as options. Waiting for McAtee to come across. Throw-in has been gifted back to possession for Liverpool as Gomez takes it and gives it across to Diaz. Diaz takes it into the area. Cross goes in towards Mo Salah again, headed on by Gravenberg. Bradley nearly gets there, but it's cleared by Trusty first. It's going to be a throw-in now inside Sheffield United's half on the right-hand side. Bradley goes across to take it. Liverpool don't have to worry too much about getting themselves that second goal. They've got the goal that gives them the 3 points at the moment, courtesy of the 9th error from Sheffield United that's gifted a goal to opposition sides this season. It's the most among any Premier League side this season. The masters of their own downfall probably leading a lot to why they're in the predicament that they're in at the bottom side of the Premier League table at the moment, as Konate gives the ball across to Bradley. Back inside now to Soboslai, and then to Bradley again. Nearly takes the ball past Robinson. Excellent tackle from him. Gives the ball to Brereton Diaz. Now to Hamer onto the left hand side. Hamer gets the ball up against Konate. Gives the ball back to McAtee. Manages to beat his man. McAtee then goes up against McAllister and is surrounded by Liverpool players. McAllister and Soboslai both alongside him. And Liverpool win the ball back and give it to Gravenberch. But with Sheffield United pushing forward, it's only McAtee, occasionally Hamer and Brereton Diaz, but they're up against Liverpool, who are back in numbers every single time, as Gomez switches this across to Salah. First touch beats his man, takes it into the area, but Trusty gets there, gives it back to his goalkeeper, and Gerbic concedes a throw-in halfway inside his own half, and Bradley goes across to take it again. Link-up play between Gomez and Salah this time, creating something for Liverpool. Now the ball's with Konate at the halfway line. Back across this time for Bradley. Bradley gives the ball to Salah, and back to Bradley again. Bradley goes back to Konate. Konate across to Van Dijk. Van Dijk's pass to Luis Diaz, inside to Gomez. Diaz gets the ball back on the left hand side, only just keeps it in play as he's closed down now by Holgate. Onto his right foot, gives it now to Gomez. Gomez's cross goes in towards the back post, it gets past everybody. It's out of play for another Sheffield United goal kick. We're into the last 15 minutes of this first half. Sheffield United haven't really managed to get the ball outside of their own half, really. Maybe two chances, but only one of them that's really caused any issues for Liverpool, and it was in the opening 40 seconds of the game. Had McAtee placed that effort anywhere else, it was a Sheffield United goal, but straight into the path of Kelleher, who pushed it around the post. Gerbic now takes the goal kick again for Sheffield United. In down the left hand side, won again by Konate. Headed away this time back into Liverpool's half by Ahmed Odic, and the misplaced pass from McAllister onto the left hand side. He's in plenty of space, and Gomez is first to it, and he's still got plenty of space to move into it. Sheffield United almost gave up on putting the Liverpool fullback under pressure as Van Dijk gets the ball from him and plays it across to Konate. Takes the ball into Sheffield United's half. Konate's chip ball forward, goes towards Salah, won by Robinson, only into the path of Bradley low, and Salah gets it back on the edge of the area, gives it to Gravenberch. First touch beats his man, Ahmed Odic is there to clear his lines again, goes all the way through to Kelleher, who gives it to Van Dijk, and Liverpool have another roll of the dice as they take it towards the halfway line. Van Dijk now across to Konate, weak pass, Brereton Diaz is nearly there. Konate with a weak pass of his own back to Van Dijk, but Brereton Diaz can't get there in time. Now it goes across to Gravenberch. Now to Joe Gomez, to the halfway line, to Van Dijk, back to Gravenberch again on the left hand side. But Luis Diaz making the run for him inside the area. Luis Diaz gets the ball, he's still up against Jayden Bogle, gives it to McAllister on the edge of the area. McAllister's effort sails just wide. Very nice finessed effort, just couldn't quite get it on target. Liverpool survive another scare. Sheffield United survive another scare, in fact. A curled effort that goes just wide into the arms of a supporter in the stands. Unfortunately not to have doubled Liverpool's lead. Ball kick taken again, this time towards Arblaster. Falls to Trusty, ball over the top, it's going to be chased down by Brereton Diaz, takes it into the area. His first touch goes straight into the arms of Kelleher, though, that rolls this out quickly now to Joe Gomez onto the left hand side, takes it into space. Gomez continues his push into space, gives it to Luis Diaz. Gravenberch still making that lap run for him, but goes back into his own half with Van Dijk. Now to McAllister, and back to Van Dijk again, across to Konate. Konate's ball for Bradley on the right hand side. His pass goes into the box with Soboslai, takes it outside of the area. Still closed down by Ahmed Odic. He's got Bradley as a short option, manages to get a cross in. Forced to Vinicius Souza, who's under pressure from Luis Diaz, but eventually clears his lines as far as McAtee. Gomez gets there and wins the header, heads it away from Brereton Diaz, and it's now with Konate as Hamer continues his press. Konate goes back to his goalkeeper just outside the area. His pass goes short to McAllister. Now across to Bradley. Hamer again continuing that closing down, and this time to Konate. Konate inside to Soboslai, switches this onto the left hand side for Gravenberch in space. Darwin Núñez now moved out onto the left hand side. It's Luis Diaz's chance to have a go as the centre striker. Mo Salah done it for the first the second 15 minutes of the game, it just seems like Liverpool are changing things up in that front three just to keep Sheffield United on their toes, and Konate gets the ball back. Konate switches across to Joe Gomez. Gomez now wide left for Darwin Núñez, closed down again by Bogle. And back to Gomez again. Sheffield United just standing off him at the moment, allowing him time with the ball to look for those passes. Gives it to Gravenberch, brings it inside onto his right foot, lays it off central now to Diaz, back across to Gomez. Gomez looks for Núñez, it's going to be there, beaten to it by Bogle, but it's going to be a throw in by the corner flag for Liverpool, deep inside Sheffield United's half on the left hand side. Danger still not averted for the Blades as Gomez goes across to take it. He's got a short option there for him as Szoboszlai, but it's forcing Vinicius Souza away. Opens up a path for maybe Luis Diaz or Darwin Núñez. Gomez taking quite a bit of time with this. I don't think Stuart Atwell's going to leave it too much longer before giving him a booking, but instead he throws the ball to Darwin Núñez, who goes down under a challenge and wants a penalty. Waved away as Sheffield United clear the lines, only as far as the halfway line with Conor Bradley, and Liverpool back in possession again across to Van Dijk this time. Van Dijk onto the left hand side for Gravenberch. Gravenberch brings it inside onto his right foot and gives it to Joe Gomez. It goes back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk at the halfway line, gives it to Gomez again. Gomez goes back to Konate, who's in space. Sheffield United trying to surround the player in possession, but each time it's leaving options open for Liverpool, and they're utilising those gaps at the minute. Konate finds Salah. Salah goes back to Konate again, still inside Sheffield United's half. Van Dijk gets the ball inside the centre circle. He ventures himself into Sheffield United's half, leaving only one player inside Liverpool's half, and that's the goalkeeper. This time to the through ball, finds Szoboszlai inside the area. He's got options in the box again, plays it across, cleared by Ahmedhodzic. Falls again onto the right hand side this time for Szoboszlai. Goes back to Mo Salah. Now McAllister's making the run. His chip ball's been dispossessed, but that clearance from Sheffield United only goes into the path of Joe Gomez. Every time they're clearing the lines, it's Liverpool players first to the ball again, as now Salah gets the ball on the right hand side, goes inside to Szoboszlai. Back to McAllister, and to Szoboszlai again now. McAllister to Gomez, under pressure from Vinicius Souza. Gomez goes down under the challenge, and then a repeat performance of the foul that Souza committed about 20 minutes ago. We'll have another Liverpool free kick. McAllister takes this quickly onto the right hand side for Salah. Liverpool had to hold on to things a little bit there as Sheffield United were quick and alert to it. Salah gets the ball back again. This time goes back to Konate. It's the centre circle. Over one now onto the right hand side. Gravenberch gets the ball back. Bradley makes his way into the area as Salah gets the ball this time. Pass to Gravenberch on the edge of the area. Salah continues his run into the area, gives it to McAllister and back to Salah. Now for Joe Gomez onto the left hand side for Luis Diaz, who again has had to go back a little bit. Doesn't really stop Liverpool's momentum too much, but that challenge from Hamer really does, as now Bogle gets the ball and clears the lines down the line, and McAtee can't quite get to it, and it's gone all the way through and back into the path of another Liverpool player. It's Konate back inside his own half. The possession for the last 5 minutes, the statistics, I've not seen any this high before, but Liverpool currently sits on 91% possession for the last 5 minutes of this game as McAllister gets the ball. Pass now to Diaz. Missed challenge from Souza. Leaves the ball with Szoboszlai. Puts it onto his right foot. Gomez is alongside him. Passes it to Gomez, who's got space in the middle. Gives it to Gravenberch on the left hand side. Back to Gomez again. And then back to Gravenberch. Across to Konate. Konate now onto the right hand side for Bradley. And back to McAllister. McAllister's got Konate down the line. Konate on the right hand side had space, but Hamer's quick to it as Konate goes inside and gives the ball to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai now across to Luis Diaz. Diaz has passed to Núñez. Núñez across left now to Gravenberch. Takes it into the area onto his right foot. Tries to beat Vinicius Souza, who goes down under the challenge in the box and wins Sheffield United a free kick. Very tactical from Souza, who gets himself between the player and the ball and goes down to ground. I think there might have been a clip of the ankles in the process there from Gravenberch, who knocked the ball past the Sheffield United midfielder and then tried to bully his way through. He's quick to help him back to his feet though, as a free kick's been given, and Gerbeck will take it just inside his own area. Entering into the last 5 minutes of regular time inside this first half. Pushes the ball across now to the left-hand side, but Liverpool quick to win it. Salah's ball through to Bradley is dispossessed by Trusty, won by Ahmedhodzic. His pass to Bogle, nearly won back by Liverpool, but cleared by the lines of Vinicius Souza. It is this time won back by Liverpool, and it's with Gomez on the left-hand side. Gives it to Darwin Núñez. Outside the area, Bogle and Brereton Diaz alongside him. Pass to Gomez is weak. Gomez still gets there ahead of Brereton Diaz, and Darwin Núñez picks up the pieces. Dribbles it inside to the edge of the area, onto his right foot. Tries the through ball this time to Bradley, who gets there before Trusty, but his little back heel, while it gets through the legs of Trusty, goes out of play for a goal kick for Sheffield United. And they will try again. As we are just moments away from added time being added on. Only the Premier League game going on at the moment. It sets off a full set of midweek fixtures between Chelsea and Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. Not too much to fight for between the two sides. Still a battle for European places. The game's due to kick off in around about 3 minutes' time. Later kick-off than expected after it was delayed, but kicks off around the same time as this game might get to half-time, as Van Dijk gets the ball on the left-hand side and gives it to Gomez. Finds Diaz by the touchline. His first touch gets him away from Bogle. His second touch gets him away from Holgate. Brings it inside, gives it to Gravenberch, who I think kicked the floor on his way through, and a scuffed effort goes straight into the arms of Gerbic, who's had to go down to ground to collect the ball.
More passion, desire and determination than his side, with the Dutchman yet again called into question after his side faced an almighty 31 shots in that game alone. That's been a theme of United's season, with only Sheffield United and Luton facing more attempts at goal across Europe's traditional top 5 leagues this term. It's alarming. Such a flagrant attitude to defending may put pay to their UEFA Champions League ambitions for next season, but United are unlikely to not have too much confidence. They head to the bridge unbeaten in their last 7 matches there. So confidence with United, you would think. A boyhood Manchester fan, Cole Palmer, has endeared himself to the Chelsea faithful by scoring each of his last 9 goals on home soil, while he also netted in the reverse fixture. Veteran United midfielder Casemiro could be keeping a close eye on the Englishman if he earns a recall, and he has tonight. The Brazilian is well placed, having assisted their goal on Saturday. It's for Mason Mount's goal. He returns as well. And Casemiro supplied the assist for the stoppage time equaliser in this fixture last season. Hot stat: Chelsea's last 7 league matches saw both teams score. We're just a minute or so away from the action. It's good to have you with us. A few omissions this evening. Martial, Martinez, Shaw, Malacia and Lindelof won't feature for United. Colwill, Fofana, James, Lavia and Kunku and Ugo Chukwu are missing for Pochettino and Chelsea. We'll get to the starting 11s in a moment, but first let's just get acquainted with tonight's referee. On the flash squad you can see all this information, and you can scroll down once you hit the actual game itself. Tonight's referee from Australia, Gillette. Some injury clouds over Chilwell and Sanchez, also Bayinde. Cole Palmer, all eyes on him this evening. So crucial in the final third. He's the leading goal scorer for Chelsea. It's Højlund, equal level with Rashford and McTominay. Neither McTominay or Rashford are starting in this one. Players out centre pitch. It's been a tale of 2 seasons in terms of the weather in London. It's rained, it's been sunny, it keeps flickering between the two. Don't forget you can check all the stats on the Flash Score app and website as well. Erik ten Hag standing pitch sides. Jared Gillette, joined by Darren Cann, Neil Davies and Thomas Parnell. The VAR is Tim Woods and David Coote. They'll be in the Hawkeye vans, ready to go. Chelsea to kick us off, going from right to left in the blue shirt and shorts with white socks. Manchester United in their home kit, at least the top bit, and it's reds, the white numbers, white shorts and black socks. Automatically, back pass comes to Disasi and Caicedo getting involved down the right side with Ole Gusto and Badiashile. It's a shocking pass in, and United can mount an early counter-attack. It's put out to the right wing, and here comes the run of Anthony. Lovely ball in for Wan-Bissaka. It's back for Anthony. Good block. It's away to safety by Enzo Fernandez. Let's go through the starting 11. Does Chelsea go long in direction of Nico Jackson? It's picked up by Cucurella off Maguire's head. Needed to aim that clearing header a little bit better. Here's Gallagher on the edge of the box. And a few of the names you've already heard. It's Onana in goal for Manchester United. Harry Maguire, Varane at the back with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. Mainu and Casemiro. They'll be the two in the middle with Fernandez just patrolling that area. Garnacho on the left, Anthony on the right, and it's Rasmus Højlund who is in attack. Now Garnacho is broken away, coming towards Disasi. Has to go inside. Caicedo's there. It's come off the Chelsea defender and out scoots Georgi Petrovic, the Serbian goalkeeper. He's in goal for Chelsea. Disasi, Badiashile, Gusto and Cucurella in a 4-2-3-1. Fernandez and Caicedo with Gallagher just in front of them. That's the midfield. Mudryk on the left. Cole Palmer is named on the right, but he's omnipresent. He goes absolutely everywhere. And Jackson up forwards. You can see those lineups on the app itself. Nicholas Jackson, Senegalese striker. He's 22 years of age. 9 goals so far, and for game number 26. 3 assists as well from a Villarreal player. Cucurella now. The ball out towards Mudryk, but back pass back to Cucurella. He has to go laterally. He's being stalked by Anthony into the back. He's just caught the Spanish left back. Cucurella did feature in internationals in the break. He's with getting 3 starts. He'll get 4 starts in a row for Chelsea. Market value now of 24 million euros. That's according to the Flash Score app, and for his 4th appearance of the season. No goals, no assists though, so he needs to make an impact if he's going to be kept on by the club after that big money move. Market value at 24 million. He arrived for about double that. Well over double. 65 million euros from Brighton. Formerly with Getafe. Now Mudryk. It's a kick out by Casemiro. Really escaped the wrath of the yellow card. Wasn't too much in it. It was high contact as well, but there was no studs, just the boot. Out to the right side for Chelsea, picked up by Fernandez. Has to get through 2 lines, off the edge of the boot and out towards the wing. Then they come from...
Well, I've just been handed the team sheets. Let's see how they'll line up. The home team has gone with a strong lineup here. They're playing 3 at the front. It's a 4-3-3 formation. Referee gets his match underway. Good passing on display. He's darting forward, using the width of the pitch. Played short. Keeper threat. This is Verratti.
Chelsea. They can't believe what an electric start it's been. Goal number 6 in the Premier League for Chelsea for Conor Gallagher. 24 years old. He's blowing a kiss to the fans as well in celebration. 28th game for him this term, formerly with Palace. Really good season there, 8 goals and 3 assists. With West Brom before that, and Swansea and Charlton. Chelsea under 23 player. Good to be back home, isn't it, Mr. Gallagher? Now from the kickoff, it's with Wan-Bissaka, who's at right back. He's been named at left back, but I think that will be Dalot's area to patrol. We've swapped over since, so Maguire and Varane just inside of them, and it's Bruno Fernandes looking to get a lateral pass inbound. That's well brought forward. Mainu is the man lurking just inside Garnacho. Won't receive. Back down the line to Dalot. There's Wan-Bissaka central. He's got a bit of heat on him. So with the current standings, it's Chelsea that came into this in 11th place. And now go up to 10th with this current scoreline to 43 points. Came in with 40 points and conceding 47 goals. This is Anthony out to the box on the right side. In the half space was Bruno Fernandes. Into Cucurella it goes, and out for a throw. Right up near the right corner flag. Fernandes wearing the number 8 back for Anthony. The Brazilian scooting away from Mudryk. Of course, all the attacking wingers, most of the top leagues around the world, forced to do their defensive work, at least keep the formation. Onana's about 40 metres outside his box. He's only got Maguire next to him. Get a move on. Cameroonian found Maguire, forward to Fernandes. Now Anthony. Giving a couple of players. Opens up a bit of space and time for Fernandes, who can switch. Out to the left wing. Well done by Garnacho. The header back in was picked up though. And Worcester tried for the intercept at right back for Chelsea. Now the ball in, a low one for United from the left, and it's repelled. Shule with that one, and United could keep West Ham and Newcastle at bay with a win. They find themselves 1-0 down. They've conceded goal number 41. They came in with a 0 goal difference, 40 and 40. 15 wins, 3 draws and 11 losses, 48 points. With a win, Chelsea will get within 5 points of them. With quite a few games to go. It's match day 31. Here comes a shot from Anthony. Tries one. It was ambitious on the left boot. A little outside the right post, and I'd say 25 yards away. Went for accuracy more than anything. It was on target. Goes straight into the waiting hands of Petrovic, 24-year-old former New England goalkeeper. Now Chelsea will try their luck. Out to the chest of Mudryk. Took it in his stride, didn't he? Opens up space and fires it. And I'm not sure if that took a deflection. It's gone about a metre wide of the right post. In from the left side. It was a darting run in. Lightning from the Ukrainian, and it's just clipped Casemiro's right boot and gone wide of Onana's goal. It could have been embarrassing. Could have been a disastrous, calamitous opening 10 minutes for Man United. Red Devils might need to call upon the spirits at half-time if they go down another one here. And from the right side, this corner, they'll come for Cucurella's there. Mudryk will take this. And there's the number 10 for the Blues. And it comes towards Dizazi. It's taken away from him. Good intercept, defensive header. Now Garnacho can set sail. Couldn't get past the first opponent. Won a throw though. So just on the defensive side, he ran into Cole Palmer. He put it into touch. So the throw coming at left back with Dalot. In front of him he has Fernandes. It's quite static, and Garnacho made the option and got there first. He's won that and taken it straight back to Wan-Bissaka. Now Anthony. A bit more inspiration about his season since he made a positive contribution against Liverpool in the FA Cup. You can see the head-to-heads between the two sides on the flash score app. It's a good run of form for Chelsea, who have, despite the League Cup final loss to Liverpool, they hadn't lost since the beginning of February. That 3-1 away win at Aston Villa. Anthony once more inside Cucurella. Lateral ball into the box. Højlund tees it up. The shot comes from Garnacho straight into the number 27, which is Malo Gusto. So both sides looking quite adept up forward. How long until Chelsea concedes? Haven't gone too well this season. They've conceded 6 more goals at this point of the game than United have. By all measures, hasn't been a good period of the last 3 or 4 seasons. Mid-table finishes with a win here will go up to 10th. They'll join Brighton, and they'll have a game in hand as well. And Mainu carves his way through one into the middle. It was a rushed pass at Cucurella, will hack clear out to the left wing for Garnacho, and again Gusto can get it away. Gallagher, the goal scorer, doing well off the ball to try and pressure Fernandes. It's with Casemiro. He ships it out to the left wing. Garnacho now. Argentine forced to go backwards, as United are just happy to have foot to ball, string a few passes together in the 12th minute. Chelsea 1, Manchester United 0. It's Erik ten Hag at 54 years of age, trailing Mauricio Pochettino, who's 2 years younger than him. Came to Chelsea after spells with Tottenham and PSG and Southampton. Former central defender Pochettino with Espanyol. And he was old boys back in Argentina. Also a decent career with PSG as a player. That's Man United. Shot comes and it's had the sting taken out of it from Anthony, who looks the most likely to score at this point. I'm not sure if that's worrying for United that the others aren't getting anywhere near the goal, but perhaps it's Chelsea allowing Anthony a bit more space and they're marking up a bit tighter than everyone else, Højlund included. 7 goals for him. He was their leading goal scorer out there on the pitch. We'll have a look at the extended benches. First, it's Fernandes. Now Casemiro, 40 yards away, centre field, out to Wan-Bissaka on the right time. That's back in for Anthony. Mainu with his back to goal. Taken away by Fernandes, tries to spin, and Badiashile can get it forward to Nico Jackson, who's barely been involved, as sometimes strikers simply don't get a touch. And getting out to the right wing as Chelsea can advance. Drew with Brentford 1-1. United not too far from here, Brentford, the G-Tech Stadium. Lovely little stadium indeed. Watch the Australia-New Zealand game there towards the end of last season. Man United got 1-0 ahead after being battered all game. Brentford simply couldn't find the goal, but eventually they got one deep into second half stoppages, and Mason Mount scored in that game. Really dampened the Chelsea spirits here if he came back to haunt his old side, as Mudryk wins another corner on the left. United coming in with 1 loss in their last 4. That's in all competitions. That's including the 4-3 dramatic win in extra time against Liverpool in the FA Cup. They also beat Everton 2-0. Brentford 1-1, of course, just talking about that one. Here we are in the 15th minute, though. Corner in from Cole Palmer on the left, curling away from the keeper. It's come back to Mudryk, who's just waiting in the left half space. Chips it outside the box to the right side, where Gusto waits. He wants to tee off on the left, and he waits for Cucurella. And Gusto should have gone for goal, because Cucurella's swipe at the ball was up there with Raheem Sterling's. That free kick that everyone's seen on all the social media platforms. A shocking finish. Smashed one over the top of goal from about 19 yards. Had to get it through a crowd of players, but it's more likely that it's at the top tier. Onana from the goal kick. Right to the left side. Dalot to the chest of Garnacho again. Has to think quickly. Up forward from Chelsea. Nico Jackson is past Maguire. Little slow, the defending there. In for Mudryk. And it's been put behind for another corner. In from the right side this time. And Maguire will be a bit disappointed. He gave Nico Jackson a couple of metres. Slid. Missed the chance. Missed the tackle. And luckily, Casemiro was there to mop up. Head-to-heads. Manchester United, they do fairly well against Chelsea. Last time Chelsea won a match was in 2020. It was at Old Trafford. Since then, we've had about 7 matches. United have only won 2, but undefeated in the other 5. 2 of those goalless draws. On a positive note for Chelsea, they have drawn. It's 3 of the past, let's see, of the home matches here. 1, 2, 3. 3 from 3. And their last 3 they've drawn, so they haven't lost in those last 3. United are out though to make it 3 wins in a row after the 2 home wins. Wan-Bissaka in from the right. And the leveller, Mainu, gets past his man, which was Gallagher. Tried to grab onto the shirt. He's crossed it over to the left half space, and Garnacho's dispatched that well wide. 17th minute, 1-0 Chelsea. Mainu so casually got around Gallagher. Those 2 might be up for a spot in the Euro squad. Mainu would be the favourite at this point. Liverpool leading Sheffield United thanks to Darwin Núñez in the 17th minute at Anfield. And in that regard, they'll go out to a 2-point lead over Arsenal, having played the same amount of games, 30 in total, as Chelsea can spread play to Mudryk. Into the box comes Cucurella. He was brought down from behind. Referee says penalty. Chelsea with a chance to go 2-0. 18th minute, the challenge coming from Anthony. And Cucurella, of all players, suspect he would be much of a goal threat, especially from a tight angle. Erik ten Hag is absolutely furious with the Brazilian. It was Mudryk, just towed that forward. Anthony was nowhere near the ball, and he's put his knee into the left leg of Cucurella, who went down willingly, but under some pressure. There's not much he can do about that, Anthony. Stafford Bridge are ups, but they still have to put this away. And we suspect it's going to be Cole Palmer. Can he take his tally to 14 goals? As United, their players wait outside the box. It's a former Manchester City man that will take this. Cole Palmer, just 21 years of age, is playing beyond his years, and he definitely should be part of Gareth Southgate's squad. 25th game this season, and with a chance here to go 5 goals beyond Nicholas Jackson as the club's leading goal scorer. Onana looks a little nervy. Cole Palmer will strike this on the left boot. He moves in and sends Onana the wrong way. It's into the back of the net, the right corner. Chelsea out to a quick-fire 2-0 lead. You can see all the details on the flash score up. It's a 19th minute conversion from the spot, and it is looking good for the Blues. In saying that, they did lead by 1-0 and then 2-1 over 10-man Burnley, who scored their 2 goals with the numerical disadvantage. So anything's possible. And Manchester United might have to summon some of the spirits from that FA Cup win over Liverpool. Cole Palmer celebrates it'll hurt a little bit more, not just because he's with Chelsea, but because he's a former Manchester City player. In fact, I'm pretty sure he scored a goal for them before leaving this season. What a blistering start to matchday 31 for Chelsea at home. And they're going to maintain that good form, barring Manchester United's strategy that works. Aside from Anthony, who gave away the penalty, no one's had a tilt at goal. And let's see what they can muster up. The stats are with them in terms of possession, 54% to 46, but the goal attempts are 6-4. But I can tell you, it's just one shot on goal for Man United, just the 2 for Chelsea. They have 2 goals. It's all about discipline for Pochettino's men. Having a look at the benches from the kickoff, it's lost by United, brought back forward by Caicedo. Here's Gallagher from 25 yards away. Got a cheeky trick stick, didn't he, to find Mudryk. It's a beautiful tackle from Dizazi in the centre circle. Dispossessed Højlund. Now Chelsea can come again through Cole Palmer. Skips around one. It was Casemiro who he left in the dark, and he's won another corner out on the right side. That is superb work from the 21-year-old. The way he dropped the shoulder, went around the Brazilian midfielder. It was a big money signing from Real Madrid, not forgetting that. And Cole Palmer is definitely the number 1 player at Chelsea, despite all the, well, I'm going to say millions, but it's billions, isn't it, they've spent. So another one from him, whipped in on the left. Let's see if we can find the head of Badiashile or Dizazi. And it comes. Maguire left the line, and that is a 35-metre header. Cucurella in pursuit. So was Garnacho. He's hooked that out to the touchline on the right side. Now back for was it Caicedo for the Brighton man. So 1 goal in general play, 1 from the spot. Gallagher and Cole Palmer. This is what Manchester United's working with if they're going to find a way back into this match. Callum Woodward has looked good. Much better season this time around. He's held up for game number 23. 4 goals and 2 assists. He got 2 assists last season since he left Shakhtar Donetsk, but no goals in those 15 games. Another massive money signing, 70 million he arrived for from the Ukrainian side. Now his valuation, half that. So Ten Hag has a double look of misery that's been compounded by that foul given away by Anthony. Here's Badiashile out the back. He's a good run there. Good movement from Cucurella. His ball forward. It's about 40 yards, and Mudryk has given that away to Mainu. 20 yards away and pressing. Runs into trouble. There's a brick wall of blue. Now it's with Fernandes. World Cup winner out to the right wing. Cole Palmer waits. Around Dallo. Look at that foot movement. That was silky. Portuguese gets back. Looking to administer a bit more pressure. He's given away a foul, and Palmer has had his way with it. That was absolutely sublime. Cole Palmer. And despite Chelsea's mediocre season, he has been a bright light for them. Good move by Pochettino to bring him in. I hate to think where they'd be without him. So a free kick in which Gallagher and Palmer preside over. It's about, I'd say, 35 yards away from the goal line and 10 yards to the right of the right post. So still dangerous enough. Can we get it out to 3 goals? 25th minute free kick. Stamford Bridge watches on. Chip out to Dizazi, who tries the header, and had it been on target, it's got about a foot over the crossbar. It's harrowing towards that top left corner. He was all alone. Where were the Manchester United defenders? As Dalot watched on, as he came in full steam, bearing down on goal, and this is another poor first half showing from Manchester United. Short goal kick for Onana. Should have saved that first goal, I think. It's got to be up to one of these wingers to carve up this Chelsea backline. Alejandro Garnacho could be the key. 5 goals and 3 assists this season. And from Petrovic out to Dizazi, a right centre-back role. It's going to be a Chile left centre-back. He's on the penalty spot now. Find Cucurella, who's up a bit higher, still in their defensive third though. Press comes from Wan-Bissaka. He's won it back. It's so casual, and it's a shocking pass backwards, given away, but he's atoned by winning it back in the centre circle. Then it's given away by Casemiro and Fernandes. So now Cole Palmer can come up against Dalot, 25 yards out, can use the overlap, instead tries to thread a ball through Maguire. And this time the English defender stands up to the task at hand. Mudryk will just act as the inside forward as Jackson goes out to left wing. Jackson on the ball against Wan-Bissaka. Mudryk didn't know that Anthony was coming from behind, and that's a good positive sign. Then he chips and chases as if it's a rugby game past Cucurella and regathers. Made about 25 yards. Then he's tapped it backwards. It's Gallagher that has just cleaned up Casemiro there and gotten the ball, sent it out for a throw. Impressive stuff from Chelsea, it must be said. United unbeaten in the past 7 visits. Look like they are staring down the barrel of a miserable defeat. Ten Hag, a former central defender, just like Pochettino, needs to perhaps show Maguire and Varane and Dalot what to do back there. Centre back for Twente was Ten Hag. 3 Eredivisie titles as a coach with Ajax, coached at Utrecht and Go Ahead Eagles. After Ajax has come to Manchester United and has been under the pump ever since. Where's Højlund in all of this? 21 years of age, solid season with Atalanta after leaving Sturm Graz. 22nd appearance, he's got 7 goals. Took him a while to get one in the Premier League anyway. Whole handful or so is in the Champions League as he finds Mainu behind him. Out to Garnacho on the left wing. Inside is Dalot, but Fernandes is there to block the way. Mainu has been dispossessed. That's really good work as Mudryk steams up past Jackson, who threads it through. Mudryk off a real tight angle, goes into the side netting. I guess going for goal is more appropriate than cutting it back to Jackson, who was well marked. Left half space here. Jackson with a step over, and then try to feed the ball past Varane and Maguire for Mudryk. And by the time he launched at Onana's goal, it was the tightest of angles, especially on the left boot from the left side of goal. It's always going to be a miracle. Unless it's Paolo Di Canio, that is, playing for Napoli against Milan in 1993. Foul given away by Mudryk in the centre pitch. No yellow cards yet. Casemiro probably coming the closest, but not getting stats will show you. The XG, Chelsea 0.96, so they're well above that with a 2-0 lead. United with 0.27. Got to manufacture something. Where are they going to get goals from? Anthony giving away the penalty, but he has been busy up forward. Now here's Dalot outside the box, sweeps it towards the goal, took a touch. Should be a United corner. Disappointed look on Diogo Dalot's face. And he's playing that inverted full-back role, but on occasion Cole Palmer hasn't had anyone in front of him on the right wing, and that's when United give up possession and Chelsea get forward in transition. For now it's United with a corner in from the right side of the pitch. Bruno Fernandes will chip this in. It's a lovely delivery, but an even better defensive header. Badiashile made sure, but they went about 30 metres towards the halfway line. Picked up by Anthony, the long ball. That is absolutely disgraceful from Diogo Dalot. On the half-hour mark, that was a vertically chipped ball over the top of the defence. And if I was Ten Hag, I'd be so tempted to bring him off right now just for that one error. He's a professional footballer. Where are the answers for them? Liverpool still leading by a goal to nil in the second half at Anfield. Darwin Nunez with that one. Chelsea are probably playing some of the best football of the season. Jackson gets a ball into the box from Fernandes. Didn't have much idea about what to do. Offside flag comes eventually, because Fernandes took his sweet time delivering that in. So a let off for United. It's all about development for not just players but also coaches. But Ten Hag has been under scrutiny for so long. How long can he last? Old Ole Solskjaer got a string of wins to keep his job, a couple of different occasions, but Terry Ten Hag, who is under fire. Garnacho can make it all better, but he's been brought down by Malo Gusto. First yellow card of the game. That was cynical enough. It's another one of those defenders that you sometimes shake your head at. Malo Gusto. It translates to bad taste almost, that name in Latin languages. 22nd appearance for him. That's his 6th yellow card of the season. 5 assists though, so there's his contribution since leaving Lyon. Transfer, it's a loan, but 30 million euros. Ship that money over to France. So from the left side of the pitch, the rain comes down at Stamford Bridge as United trail by 2 goals to nil. Bruno Fernandes standing over this one about 23 yards back from the goal line, about 10 in from the left touchline. In it comes. And again, there's outstanding defending. The volley comes, it's on target, and it slips out of the hands of Petrovic. Kobe Mainu with a wonderful shot at goal. A little too central, but it is a big improvement from what we've seen from Manchester United so far. 33rd minute of the game as Zazie spreads play out to the right. Fernandes is a triangle of Chelsea players, but there's also 3 United defenders in front of them. High press comes from Garnacho on the goalkeeper, who launches over halfway. Jackson, outdone by Maguire for the header. Now Cucurella left his line to take it away from Anthony. The ball sent out to Jackson. He's on the left side. In from Wan-Bissaka. Mudryk is there just outside the 6-yard box. He's sent towards the touchline, and Casemiro shoved him. Mudryk went down in the box, but he just lost his footing. A disaster to give away a second penalty this game. Bruno Fernandes has skewed that off the side of his boots, but here comes a chance as Garnacho comes down towards the goal and brings it back to 2-1. Alejandro Garnacho is the man for United at Stamford Bridge. What a moment for him. Goal number 6, just what the Red Devils needed, and it was lackadaisical to say the least from the Chelsea defence, who have given away a gift of a goal. And hands on the heads from Dizazi and Badiashile here. It was just so clumsy. And an impulsive pass back inside, picked off by Garnacho. It all started over on the right wing for United. Dizazi tried to find Badiashile, went past the French defender from one to the other, and Garnacho took advantage, took it away from Badiashile, caressed that on the left boot, finding the bottom right corner past Petrovic, and you can see the reaction from some of the fans behind the goal. They are asking questions about that exchange of passes between Badiashile and Dizazi. Just goes to show, it doesn't matter if you're a world-class defender, you can make massive mistakes. And seen a second yellow card given away. This is another one for Chelsea. So is it starting to unravel? Is United just got a taste? There's a little sniff of goal. Garnacho wanted to fall to him rather than Anthony, and it did. Lucky Garnacho perseveres and gets across from one side to the other as Maguire receives, tries to cut it back, it goes directly out of play for a goal kick. Just 19 years old, he's going to be an absolute superstar. He already is, Alejandro Garnacho, but real big news here. Sheffield United have drawn level at Anfield, a cross in from the right, and the header comes, and I think it is the Chilean as usual. Let's have a look at the flash score app for confirmation of what's happening there. And it's gone down as an own goal by Conor Bradley. Took a touch on the way through, and I have a feeling the header came from Brereton Diaz. So with that, Arsenal are still level with Liverpool. 3-horse race, they're calling it. And Petrovic has it at the back. He's gone to the touchline. He wanted it to find Cucurella. He's about 10 metres in front of the pass, and Petrovic is angry with himself. As United get a bit of momentum at the bridge where they've been getting good results for so long. And Fernandes pings it over the top of goal from about 25 yards. He's starting to ooze a little bit more confidence. It's not breathtaking, but it's effective. So United have conceded 42 for the year, Chelsea 48. However, United scored 41, Chelsea scored 51. Despite the difference in league placings, it's Chelsea in 11th coming into this match against Manchester United in 6th. With victory, Chelsea go up a place to 10th. They were equal with Brighton, but with one match in hand as Cole Palmer looks to wreak some more havoc. Inside it goes. Fernandes, the save from Onana, and then swept away by Wan-Bissaka. So Onana coming up trumps this time. 38th minute. Fernandes hit it more or less first time. He tried to find the bottom right corner in line with the right post from about 15 yards. There wasn't a corner awarded. Just to reconfirm, Fernandes is on yellow. So the corner coming in from Palmer on the left wing. Chelsea's got a head to it, but out comes Onana, and he gathers the ball. He'll just cricket bowl that over the top for Bruno Fernandes. Lovely measurement on that throw. Now it's Anthony. Spins inside. Jackson, who got back to defend, went to ground. Garnacho, Dalot. The cross comes into the back post, the free header, and the equaliser. Sensational for Manchester United, 2-2 at the bridge. It is Bruno Fernandes that angles it across Petrovic. Match day 31, back on terms. Just what Ten Hag wanted to see. Now, it has been redemption. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Garnacho, then Fernandes. Look on Cole Palmer's face says it all. But it all started with that ball from Onana, just throwing over the top for Fernandes, who started the move, got it to Anthony. He found Garnacho, and Dalot, well, he's proven me wrong. He's come good this time. The ball where 2 United players were. Fernandes told Højlund to leave this, and it was a good decision for the Danish striker to let Fernandes have the run to get the angle, and he has angled that down across Petrovic into the left side of the goal from about 5 yards to the right of the right post, about 6 yards away from the goal line when he's headed that. And for Bruno Fernandes, that is goal number 5 this season. And what a game we've got. We've had 4 goals so far. What is to come? Former Udinese and Sampdoria player, Sporting Lisbon, started off with Novara, which is a town about an hour to the west of Milan, and went to Udinese, then Sampdoria, a couple of seasons at Sporting, and Chelsea looking to get back the lead. Now it's Mudryk that fires it. It's up high, and Onana can deal with it. And on the second attempt, after he spilled possession, was able to regather as Pochettino watches on furiously, arms folded. And it's a seething look from the Argentine. 41st minute, 2-2. Fernandez playing as a centre-back now from the goal kick. And Onana, really good user of the ball when it's at his feet. So he found Wan-Bissaka. It's worked out well for Chelsea though. Mainu intercepts, takes it away from Gallagher. Now it's Casemiro who sits in front of Maguire. Back for Varane, who'll try the diagonal switch. It works out with Wan-Bissaka into the attacking half. Mainu will keep possession, but it's a foul. Is it against Mudryk? I think it is. A few yards in from the right touchline, and about 20 yards over the halfway. Varane, I think, has picked up an injury. He's jogging okay, but he's coming up for this set piece. Bruno Fernandes. Can Manchester United get the full turnaround in the first half? A woeful first 25 minutes of the game as Fernandes brings it in, and the header is there. No one met the ball except for Maguire, who was out the far side. Round the back he came. It bounced once, then he got his head to it. The attempt to angle it back towards the penalty spot, but can't control bounces like that. It spun awkwardly. Good effort from the big man. Bit of Portuguese flavour about that second Manchester United goal. Dalot in with the cross from the left, and Fernandes to get the ball home. His fifth season now, and just quick tally up. It's it's at 28, 36, 44, 48 goals in the Premier League for Manchester United. So a hat-trick tonight would see him hit the 50-goal milestone. We'll double-check that math though. And trust me on that. Chelsea still coming forward. There was a shot that was dragged across Onana's goal from right to left. If you're looking at the goal, with Chelsea going from right to left in terms of which half they're running towards. From the short goal kick, Onana around Gallagher. It's a set manoeuvre here. Garnacho back for Dalot. Diego Dalot, 25 years of age. It's his third assist of the season. 27 games, has one goal to show for his efforts. Third season back after a spell with AC Milan in the 2020-21 season. Did get a goal in Serie A and one assist. All the stats there on the Flash Score app. Started off with Porto. Technically, it's his fifth season with the Red Devils. 90 seconds to go until the 45 minutes are up. Manchester United fans will be hoping for a bit of additional time because they have the momentum going with them as Chelsea win a free kick and it'll be taken by Petrovic just outside his own penalty box. 2 yellow cards in this game, both for Chelsea players, Malo Gusto and Enzo Fernandez. Wan-Bissaka back to Onana. On the bench for the second half. Will any of these coaches make a change? Mason Mount is there for Manchester United along with Rashford, McTominay, Kambwala, Heaton, Evans, Eriksson, Diallo and Amrabat. For Chelsea, Bettinelli is the keeper. Kazadeh, Chalobah, Chukwuemeka Gilchrist, Madueke, Silva, Sterling and Turiena. Chelsea coming forward. They've won a corner down the left side. It's off Wan-Bissaka. So 15 seconds to go in the allotted 45 minutes. Then we'll find out how much we have in terms of stoppages. Casemiro got the last touch on that one, and Madrid will take it. So Palmer is in the box for this one. Same with Gallagher. Bashir pushing and shoving with Højlund. Rain coming down, and Anna fists it away. Cucurella. It's a tough bounce to judge there as Anthony came, bowled over Cucurella, but it's picked up by Malo Gusto. Fernandes steps away from Mainu, forced backwards though. It's remarkable defending from Mainu there. There's been a hit to the face of Mainu and all of that. Where's the number 37? Woodrick in from the left, 40 yards away. Gallagher 2 lines in front of him of United defence, led by Casemiro. Højlund there as well. Ball over the top. This is good. Gusto's in. Got him behind. Had to control 2 touches before he kept it in, but he is offside. So Kobbie Mainoo took a hit to the face, I believe. 18 years old. And for game number 16. Getting that game for England recently. In fact, 2. Got 16 minutes against Brazil in that 1-0 loss at Wembley. Then started against Belgium. Got 73 minutes for Southgate's side in that 2-2 draw. Manchester United Junior with the under 18s, 21s and 23s. Got 1 game last term. Value of 33 million euros. We've got 5 minutes of stoppages and we're into the second minute. I should add, as Casemiro and Fernandes are having words out there. Both, I would say, marginally overpriced. Casemiro coming for 70.7 million euros from Real Madrid, and Fernandes, according to the Fire Score app, has arrived for 121 million casual euros from Benfica. From the River Plate. It's 23 years of age. Hasn't been what he's cracked up to be. Does have 3 goals this season though. 1 assist. 6 yellow cards. And I've got 7 with today's. It's that 1 season with Benfica. There's enough after the World Cup for Chelsea to go in rather quickly before anyone else did. I don't think Benfica were ever going to say no, and River Plate probably got a chunk of that. Long ball out from United down the left wing. It's gone directly out of play, and Fernandes is on the ground. Gallagher's limping. Some of these players just want to get into the dressing room for half-time, and luckily for Manchester United, they have redeemed themselves after going down 2-0. Right side throw for Chelsea. Chip back inside, and Jackson's given that away. Picked up by Højlund. It's Anthony now. He'll go laterally. Fernandes, Mainoo. Dizazi wants it to run away, and he had to scooch that from Mainoo. Now down the right wing. United looking to hem them in. Can they get a 3rd goal before the break? With it's just over a minute left. They've given it away. High offensive turnover. Here comes Cole. Palmer. In the middle is Jackson. They're swarming in. They're lining up the Blues. It's off the post from Gallagher. Could you believe that? He should have cut it back a little more central, because there was 3 waiting. He went from the angle on the right boot, hits the right post. It bounced back into play. Now Manchester United are down the other end. Now it can all change in 5 seconds. It looked like Chelsea are going to suffer the last attacking raid on goal before the half-time whistle. Now it's Anthony. 1-2 with Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka this time achieves the back heel. Fernandes into the middle. Petrovic will catch it. 30 seconds to go. It's sent long in the direction of Cole Palmer. just gone beyond him. It's out for a United throw. That's probably the last involvement in terms of Chelsea attacking in this half. But Conor Gallagher, who scored the opener, could have scored to put Chelsea back in front. Could have cut it back and assisted as well. I think he might have a few words shouted at him in the dressing room. Referee Jared Gillette has put an arm up. Is he blowing the whistle? 5 minutes are up, but remembering that's a minimum of 5 minutes of additional time. Now the whistle comes. It is 2-2 at the break. Match day 31 of the English Premier League, the unofficial broadcast here on Flash Score. The goals that you can check on the Flash Score app itself. Gallagher in the 4th minute. Cole Palmer from the spot in the 19th minute after Anthony fouled the player. It has ended at half-time. 2-2. Chelsea and Manchester United be back in about 10 minutes.